I will repair this mini split air conditioner circuit board, which has the L4 error code problem. Let's start testing this circuit board and trace out its fault. I have set the multimeter on diode mode. I will test its IPM because the L4 error means the compressor drive is faulty. When the compressor in your inverter mini split air conditioner does not start, then the L4 error code will be displayed in your air conditioner due to the drive circuit not working. This was the explanation of this error code. This IPM is responsible for driving the compressor. I will place the red probe on the positive pin of the IPM, the black probe on the negative pin of the IPM. A voltage drop is shown on these pins and then disappears. When such a thing happens, it means that IPM could be fine. No reading should be shown on the next pins of the IPM. No reading is shown on the next 3 pins. This means the IPM is okay. Now, I will change the position of the probes. Now, the negative probe, which is the black probe, is placed on the positive pin, and the positive probe, which is red, is placed on the negative pin. We can see a voltage drop across these pins, which is 0.447 volts. Let me tell you that sometimes, it shows a double diode reading. Due to this, the voltage drop on the multimeter is shown as 0.800 volts, but we are getting 0.447 voltage drop. This means that the compressor turns on sometimes if this reading is shown, but we will further trace the problem of this circuit board. Now I will check the reading on the next pin. 0.452 is the voltage drop. The same voltage drop is on the next pin. The voltage drop on the last pin of the IPM is almost the same. Upon checking the IPM with the multimeter, it is showing the correct readings, which indicates that the IPM is fine, but the air conditioner is still showing us the L4 error code, and we have to fix it. Before testing the circuit board further, if, for any reason, the wire attached to the compressor is disconnected, the circuit board will still show the L4 error code. Besides this, the compressor itself is bad, but in what condition? That is when the compressor pump mechanically goes bad or if its winding electrically short circuits. Still, the L4 error will be shown. I have attached electric wires to the circuit board. I am working with safety, which is why I have wrapped electrical tape on these wires to prevent any short circuits. I have also wrapped tape on the earthing wire as well because while working on the board, if it stays beneath the board and touches with the board. So, to prevent damage to myself and the board, I did all this. I always used hand gloves to fix the circuit boards, but I never promoted it in my videos. One of my friends called me on the phone and told me to use hand gloves. This will make others aware, too, and they will also follow this practice. Now, let's get back to testing the circuit board. Let's understand this IPM first. The positive pin of the IPM has 290 to 320 DC volts. On these 3 U, V, and W pins, we should get 15 volts when the compressor is not started, and the circuit is in the standby state. Where are these 15 volts coming on this pin? These 15 DC volts are coming from these 3 pins, where the bias voltages are present. They are directly connected with the U, V, and W pins. These pins are connected with the 12-number pin of the IPM, which is the VCC pin of the IPM, and 15 volts are passed through this pin. This 12-number pin C is connected with this diode. The other pin of the diode is grounded. 15 volts should be present here. 15 volts on these 3 pins. When it is connected with the U, V, and W, a bootstrap is made. Let me explain through another circuit how this bootstrap is made. The positive pins are attached to the capacitors. The single negative trace pin from the capacitors is attached with the U, V, W pins. You can also see the same on the front side of the circuit board. The trace from the negative pins is attached to the U, V, W, and this is what we call the bootstrap. Suppose the 15 volts are not present on these pins. The compressor will not work. So, let's check the 15 volts practically, because the readings of the IPM were fine without electricity. I will power on the circuit. The circuit has turned on. So, first of all, I will check the 15 volts on this diode, and 15 volts are present on this diode. I will place the black probe with the negative pin, the red probe with the positive. 292 DC volts are passing on these pins. Now, the next pin of the IPM. Almost 15 volts are passing here. I will now check the volts on the next pin, and 15 volts are present here. Now, I will test the voltages on the next pin, and 293 DC volts are passing on this pin, whereas 15 volts should have been passed here. When I checked this pin without electricity, the reading of this pin was fine, but after passing electricity, this pin does not show the 15 volts. This means the IPM is internally faulty, and this is the reason for the problem of L4. So, let's replace this IPM. I am putting paste on the pins of the IPM. I always tell you different techniques for desoldering the IPM. I am adding new solder to the old solder. Add a good amount of solder to these pins. Then pull the IPM from beneath with the holder. I am moving the soldering iron tip back and forth for equal distribution of the heat to the pins. The pins have moved down and out of the board. I will do this with the opposite pins of the IPM. The condition to remove the IPM this way is that a big tip should be installed on your soldering iron for the heat distribution to the pins. It will be removed easily this way. Otherwise, it will be difficult with the normal tip on the soldering iron. You should almost have a 60-watt iron for removing the IPM this way. The pins on this side of the IPM are far away from each other. The pins are not heating much. I will use a heat gun. I am using the heat gun and soldering iron together. The IPM is easily getting out of the board. I don't need to pull the IPM from the bottom. It will fall itself. And there we go. It has fallen. I have removed the IPM from the circuit board. I have now installed a new IPM in the circuit board. It has been placed on the heat sink. Whenever you change the IPM or the component attached to the heat sink, always solder it by placing it on the heat sink. This is the best for aligning the components with the heat sink. If the IPM will not be attached properly to the heat sink, it will burn quickly. So always solder it by tightening with its screws. I will solder it now. The IPM has been replaced now. I will pass electricity through the circuit board. The lights of the circuit have turned on. I will check the voltages on the IPM. 314 DC volts are shown across the positive and the negative pins. 14 volts on the next pin. 14 volts again on the next pins. The pin that had the problem has the voltages present now. 14 volts are passing here. This means the circuit board has been fixed. Now it will work properly in the air conditioner. Click on the left or right thumbnail to watch the next videos. And subscribe. Thank you.